Keith Thurman says Terence Crawford hasn't done anything. Beating Jeff Horn wasn't impressive. Says Errol Spence calls himself the truth, but can't call himself the truth until he faces himself. Stay tuned. Coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So Keith, one-time Thurman, finally comes back into the limelight, does a sit-down interview with Showtime, and discuss a few things. He discussed his comeback fight. He discussed the injury. He discussed whether he still has the hunger. Has he lost the passion for the sport of boxing? He also discussed being married. But a few interesting things he discussed. He said that he said one thing is funny about Errol Spence. He was asked about Errol Spence. He said one thing is funny about Errol Spence. He calls himself the truth. He said, I like that he calls himself the truth. He said, but he can't really call himself the truth until he sees me. He also was asked about Terence Bud Crawford. He says that the thing about Terence Bud Crawford, he said he hasn't done anything. He said he didn't impress me. He said beating Jeff Horn was not impressive. He did what he was supposed to do. He did what was expected. He said, but if you put Jeff Horn in the ring with myself or Errol Spence, we get rid of him in the early rounds. He said the surprising thing was that Jeff Horn lasted so long in the ring with Terence Bud Crawford. He said that's the testament to Terence Crawford. That's a knock against Terence Crawford, in other words, is what he was saying. He also said that ideal situation would be to jump in the ring with the winner of Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter that face off tonight. He says that he beat both of them. He said, and they both claim that they want a rematch. He said so. Ideally, he would face the winner of that fighter. Also, he says that before he was asked about fighting Errol Spence and when he'll fight Errol Spence, he says that the thing is, he knows that Errol Spence is considered number one in the division. He said, he can't consider him number one in the division because he feels himself he is number one in the division. So he said that Errol Spence in his mind is number two. He said before he fights Errol Spence, he wants to have all his accolades. So he wants to have both titles. In other words, he's telling us that he wants to face the winner in this fight before he faces Errol Spence. Then he said that he wants to be at 100%. He wants to be at full percentage before he faces Errol Spence. He says he's not a fool, so he's not going to risk just jumping in the ring with Errol Spence and risk it all if he's not 100%. He also stated that it's been rumored that Manny Pacquiao wants to stick around and may want to fight him. He said so. If that's the case, then he may turn his attention towards Manny Pacquiao. He said sharing the ring and facing a legend like Manny Pacquiao would be an honor. He said just to be in the ring with such a guy, such a legend. So these are few of the things that Keith Thurman talked about and he discussed. My thing is this. First of all, Terence Crawford, Jeff Horn is a tough fighter. So for him to say that Terence Crawford did nothing in the division is a knock against. It's like it almost comes off as a bit of hate because Jeff Horn if you say that you want to share a ring with Manny Pacquiao's a legend. Well, Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao, and then on top of it, some people may say that Manny Pacquiao won that fight, but let's say he did win the fight. It still was a close fight, so it went the distance with Manny Pacquiao. It went the distance with Manny Pacquiao. So for him to claim that Terence Crawford did nothing at 147, how could you say that Manny Pacquiao? I know we know the past history for Manny Pacquiao, but you claiming that you want to share the ring with Manny Pacquiao, but then you saying that Terence Crawford didn't do anything to share the ring with you. But Terence Crawford, stopped Jeff Horn. Manny Pacquiao went the distance with Jeff Horn. So you see, this is the things that I'm talking about, man. So this is the things that we don't like in the sport of boxing. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, well, Jeff Horn, if you put him in the ring with me or Errol, we get him out of there early, so I'm not impressed. He should have I was surprised that he went the distance, trying to knock Terence Crawford for going as long as it did with Terence Crawford. But then in the same token, you say you would love to share the ring with a legend like Manny Pacquiao, who went the full distance, the full 12 rounds, and was in a rough, rugged fight, and then he lost the fight. So, you know, I mean, regardless of people say that, Manny Pacquiao really won that fight. Well, at the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao didn't stop Jeff Horn, and it went the distance. So it shouldn't have went the distance. He should have stopped Jeff Horn if you go by the logic that Keith Thurman is going by. So if you're going to knock Terence Crawford for not knocking Jeff Horn out sooner than he did, not stopping him sooner than he did, then how could you claim to want to share the ring with Manny Pacquiao, who's a legend, who didn't stop Jeff Horn himself? So you see what I'm saying? And then there's another thing is, he's wanting to jump in the ring with the likes of Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, but he don't want to see Errol Spence until he's ready. You see what I'm saying? This is where the notion comes in that these guys are ducking Errol Spence. How could you get in a ring with a champion? Because the winner of this fight is going to be a champion at the end of the day. So you want to jump in the ring with a champion of a guy that you beat already, but you don't want to jump in the ring with Errol Spence, whom himself is a champion as well. You see? You see what I'm talking about, people? Where's the logic in that? So this is where the notion comes in. So when people run around saying, what has Errol done to be considered the number one fighter in the welterweight division? Well, it's what he can't do. He can't get those accolades if these fighters refuse to face him. That's just the bottom line. So Keith Thurman is telling us that he would much rather fight the winner of Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, whom he beat both. And I had him beating both of them decisively. I thought that he won both of those fights. I didn't think that it was a controversy. Were they close fights? Yes. But did I think that they were controversy? Did I think it was a robbery? No. I had Keith Thurman winning both of those fights. So since you're still undefeated, okay, I understand that you want to go get your strap back, the WBC strap. Because if you don't know, Sean Porter and Danny Garcia are fighting tonight for the vacant WBC strap that Keith Thurman is claiming that he willingly threw away in order to give an up-and-coming young, hungry fighter a chance to have the title. Which would be nonsense because Danny Garcia held the WBC title, and that's where you got it from. And you gave Sean Porter a shot at your title, which you didn't have the WBC at the time, but you gave Sean Porter a shot at your title. And Sean Porter is once an IBF title holder. So you're not talking about giving it to a young and up-and-coming hungry fighter. If that's the case, then why don't you face Terence Crawford and give him a shot? Because Terence Crawford would be considered a young, hungry, up-and-coming fighter who hasn't gotten a shot at your titles. Yes, he's the WBO champion, but he hasn't got a shot at your titles, Keith. So why not face Terence Crawford? And since you like to knock Terence Crawford for not getting Jeff Horn out of there sooner, why are you considering fighting Manny Pacquiao, who went the distance with Jeff Horn? Why are you not considering facing Errol Spence until you would get tune-up fights, get your other strap back from Sean Porter, and not see Errol Spence until 2020 or late 2019? You see, people? So this is why Errol Spence is considered the boogeyman in the division. Okay? It seems like the only person willing to fight Errol Spence is Terence Crawford. So this is where the notion comes from that Errol Spence is ducked, because Keith Thurman is clearly stating that he don't want no smoke with Errol Spence no time soon. And he claims he's the number 2 in the division. And Keith is still number 1 in the division. It's unbelievable. So he calls them out. He says they can't be considered the best in the division until they beat him. But in the same token, he's not willing to give them the chance to beat him. So how could they become number 1 in the division, Keith? If you're not willing to get in the ring with Terence Crawford, you're claiming he hasn't done anything. But you're willing to get in the ring with Manny Pacquiao, who went the distance with Jeff Horn. But you're saying that Terence Crawford haven't done anything, and he shouldn't have went as long as he did with Jeff Horn. But you want to fight the latter. You don't want to fight Errol Spence because you're saying that in one breath you're saying that you're the best in the division and he's number 2. But you don't want to give him a shot until you're 100% ready. So in your eyes, Keith, are you really saying that Errol Spence is number 1, and before you face the number 1 fighter in the world, you got to be 100%? You got to knock off all the ring rust. You got to become a champion, get your confidence back before you step through the ropes with Errol Spence? That's what I'm taking. That's what I take from this. I don't know what you guys think, but let me know what you think, man. That's all I got, man. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Blue. Make sure you like and share these videos. Holla at me. Peace.